Hey legacy builders, welcome back to Mind Your Money. In this video I'm going to be closing out our third budget by Paycheck for the month of March. I'm going to do my budget actual, so I'm going to allocate all of the actual income that we received to each category. Then I'm going to update my bill tracker. Then I'm also going to take out my expense tracker so I can reconcile the account, and then I'm going to close out the video. I hope that this is enjoyable to you. I hope that you like watching me do all the money moves, and then hopefully we can budget and be productive together. All right, so I'm just going to jump right in. I love this focus card, which I try to have it in the frame each video, but it might not always make it depending on what I have going on. But let's go to the calendar first. And we have two bills due this week. This first Allstate policy did hit, the premium hit the account, and that was for $32.50. So that is as good as paid already. The second Allstate policy is actually due on the 19th, which is next week Sunday, but I'm going to go ahead and just fill it in here. The actual amount is $35.88. And these are the two bills. Oh, and then Spectrum. Spectrum did come out for $84.99. There are a lot of planes flying today. It's just so annoying, but please bear with me. So the paycheck's on the 17th. These three bills were paid, and I'll track no spends when I do my expense check-in on Wednesday next week, the 22nd. So this is what we're working with. I know what bills are due, so I'm going to go ahead and move forward to the third budget by Paycheck worksheet inside this annual budget workbook that I have created. So let me zoom in and let's get right down to dirty with the numbers. Down and dirty, that's funny. Okay, so $800 is the actual income that we decided to use. $800 will equal our expenses because I do a zero-based budget. I give every single one of these dollars an assignment, and I am rounding up on some of the bills because it just makes it easier. Not for all of them, but just for like the Allstate policies. So for giving, we are going to give $80 with this paycheck. My eights. I've been making my eights differently because I've been teaching my 3-year-old how to write, and it just seems like it's easier for him to make little circles than to do like the curve. So it just, I don't know. I'm just still doing it. Okay, so the emergency fund is next, and the emergency fund is going to get $8. And then next month's bills is not getting anything. I'm not going to write anything here yet because I want to see make sure my pre-plan is correct and my numbers are correct. So I'm not going to total out this bucket just yet. So on to the investing bucket. We're not planning anything to be transferred to either one of these platforms today because I actually have a plan for next week's paycheck. So for the fourth paycheck of March, that's when I'll be sending money here. So it's not that we're not going to do it at all this month. We just can't do it with this paycheck. So for our purpose funds, Christmas is getting $10. And then clothing is getting $10. Then we have transportation, which is also getting $10. Just like we planned, actually. Yeah. And vacation is going to get $10. So I want to make sure to send money to these 4 places because Christmas, we want to have a good Christmas this year. So it's important that we keep sending money there. And then we have our cash expenses. And cash expenses, I did pull out $105. And of course, I'm filming that video separately, but I am going to break down what we're doing. $35 is going into my personal Mind Your Money binder. $55 is earmarked for challenges, and $15 is going into my wallet for a total of $105. So that is 35 plus 55 plus 15. There we go. I just had to make sure. And then we have this here. I need to erase this 86 cents thought it was going to be. So for family savings, I am going to send $1.74. So $1.74 is going to my family savings. I'm still saving for my laptop, which is, I'm thinking is going to be an iPad instead, because I really would like a new iPad. For Quicksilver, I have to pay $70.14. And so that's what I'm going to do to the credit card today. And I forgot to total this up. The funds bucket is $40. For the family savings, that is $174 plus $70.14. That's $71.88. Okay. And then last but not least is the adulting section. So we have bills to pay. So for April's rent, we're still going to leave aside $300 to go towards that. For groceries, in the last week, I spent $41.13. So that's what I'm going to pay back to the credit card for what was charged. Now for Allstate, this is where I'm going to round up. I know that, excuse me, the actual bill, the two premiums come to $68.38, but I'm going to send $69 to the account where the premiums will come out from, just making that easier for myself. Spectrum did come out at $84.99. I'm not going to round up on this one because, again, I want to pay back the credit card for the exact amount that it was charged, so I don't throw myself off when I'm doing my check-ins. So for bills and expenses, $300 plus $41.13 plus $69 plus $84.99 equals $495.12. I'm going to subtract all of these just to make sure I did that right. Perfect. $495.12. Okay, awesome. So now that we have all of those numbers situated, we're going to check off. No, before I do the bill tracker, hold on, don't rush it, Tasha. Okay, so I don't think we have anything left over to put towards next month's bills with this paycheck. So I'm going to check to see if we do have a zero-based budget. Okay, so $800 is what we used, minus giving, minus $8 going to the emergency fund, minus $40 to funds. I couldn't talk there. Minus $105 for cash, minus $71.88 for other, and then $495. Boom, we have a zero-based budget. So awesome. So there's nothing left going to next month's bills, so we're just going to leave this at $8, and that means we finally stayed under budget. That's nice. Or on budget. So our expenses equal our income, and we have zero left to budget with. And I do like to watch to see how much we have given percentage wise and how much we've saved and invested. Of course, investing is zero, but for savings, we saved $40 for funds, and then we also saved $8 going to the emergency fund, which is $48. I'll divide that into 800, then I'll multiply by 100, and that's 6% was saved from this income. And then we have our giving, which is 10%, because 80 divided into 800 is 10%. Okay. So our bills, we paid Spectrum, so I can check that off. And Spectrum is here, and March is there, so check. We paid both of the Allstate policies, basically, because I'm transferring that money by Zelle today. So for this one on the 13th, check mark, and for that on the 19th, check mark. And that's it for now. So we only have Metro PCS, National Grid to pay, Amazon Prime, we've already saved that money. So those are the only two bills that we have that I've already recertified for my notary license, so we're good to go. Rent for April will be paid with March's income, which is why this is still not checkmarked yet. All right, now that we've done that, I can move on to making my money moves. Now, before I get started, we have a balance of $965 in our operating account right now for bills and spending. Let's make our money moves. The first one is the tithe. We're going to send $80 over there. Success, the tithe got its $80. Next up is emergency fund. I'm going to Zelle that to Ally Bank, and that's $8. Success, $8 sent to the emergency fund. And then we'll move down to our funds: Christmas, clothing, transportation, and vacation. Vacation is also a bucket with Ally, so I'm going to Zelle that $10 over there first. Success, vacation got its $10. And then transportation is going to get $10. That is an actual savings account with Capital One 360. Success, transportation got $10. Clothing is getting $10. Success, clothing got $10. Then Christmas will get $10. Boom. Congratulations, success. Christmas got $10. And now we have about $50 in there. I want to start putting more, but first comes first. We have to get ahead of bills again, and that's that. We already pulled out $105 in cash. And that money is here. Again, just so you can see it, I will be cash stuffing this separately in a separate video, and I will link that video in the description box up here in the iCards, and then you can check it out if you'd like to. Well, we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I did spray this down with Lysol, and it still smells strong. Ooh. But that's the $105 that we took out in cash. So we'll move on to family savings. I'm going to transfer the $1.74 over there. Just keep moving in order down to each bucket until all of the money moves are made. Success, family savings got $174, and then I'm going to pay $70.14 on this Quicksilver card, but I'm also going to pay the $84.99 and the $41.13. So what I need to do first is I need to add this $70.14. It's just easier to make one payment instead of multiple payments. $41.13 for those groceries, and then $84.99 for Spectrum. $84.99. So I will be making a total payment of $196.26 right now. So let's do that. And boom, thanks for your payment. Your available credit has been updated, and that was a total of $196.26 paid back for groceries, for Spectrum, and for those 3 charges from the beginning of the month. So what's happening next is I'm going to Zelle $69 to an account where we pay our premiums from for our life insurance policies. I am going to Zelle $69. I'm not going to Zelle the change. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, success. I sent the $69 over to the account for these 2 life policies. And that is all of the money moves that we made today. So now, again, we started with about $975, I believe, in this account. And right now I'm showing $766.26, which is pending the $196.26 coming out. So all I need to do is do a reconciliation. But first I need to find out how much money moved, like physically moved from this account to another place. We know the $196.26 is moving. It hasn't moved officially, but it will within the next day. So I'm going to add the $196.26 to the $40 that went to purpose funds. Okay. And then also to the $8 that went to the emergency fund, and the $80 that went to our tithe and give account, and then finally the $1.74 that went to our family savings. So we moved a total of $326. So that amount I'm going to write down in this book because, you know, I pre-plan everything. So $326 was moved today. Let's get to reconciling, shall we? My children used marker and they wrote all over my little pad here. So if you see the ink, that's what that is. You see like little colorful dots, and that's what that is. Okay, so the last time I had $1,070. What came out after that? Oh, I cash withdrawal. So I took out cash for this week's paycheck on the 15th. I need everything on this expense tracker to equal to what's on my online banking site. Let's see. 1,070 minus 105 is 965. That's what we started with. We had a balance of 965 before we started making those money moves. The first move was the $80. So minus 80 equals 885. All right, the next move that I made was also $8. I Zelled to myself, and that's to go to the emergency fund. So minus $8 brings us down to $877. And the next move I made was $10 that I sent to the vacation fund. So that is again on today's date. That's $867. So $10 minus that, $867. All right, and then the next thing I did was move $10 to transportation. So we'll put this $10 here. Transportation, we have to get that built up to at least 200. I mean, I said 190, but 200 would be ideal. $10, $857 is what we have now. And this is how I reconcile to make sure all of the moves were made and the amount that I have showing in my account is what is actually there. So then we made a $10 transfer to clothing, and we subtract that, and we're now working with $847. The next money move we made was another $10. We sent $10 to Christmas, brings us down to $837. Okay, next up is the $1.74 that we sent to our family savings. So $1.74 minus $1.37. That leaves us with $835.63. Okay. No, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Something's wrong. Hold on. Okay. $837 minus $1.74. 26. $835.26. Forgive me for that error. So then after that, I sent $69 for our life policies. So 69. So we subtract that amount, and now we're at 766.26. Okay, so that's the balance that I'm showing right now on the screen. I'll screenshot it. But we also have the $196.26 that we paid through the credit card that's currently pending, or it's scheduled. So even though it's scheduled, I'm going to write it in here so I can see my true balance. So with $766.26 left, minus this amount, we have $570 in this account. So the last three digits would be 000, means we do not have anything to send to the Zero Out Challenge. But I probably will do it next week because we had a whole lot of other things that we really needed to do today. So I'm glad that we're ending with $570 as a cushion in this account, and then that's how we're moving into the next week. So that's our rollover for next week's budget, even though we won't budget with this whole amount. And before I go, because I really need to make sure I do this, I have to write that I made a payment on 3/17. That way when I do come back to check on our credit card spending, I know what we've done. So that was zoomed in really close. I'm so sorry. All right, so that is it for this week's paycheck. I didn't do the Zero Out Challenge today, but that's okay. We have other challenges that I'm getting ready to do to close out this week's budget by Paycheck and finish my payday routine. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Please don't forget to give it a like. Let YouTube know that we're here over here. Send this out to more people. Comment down below if you enjoyed the video or how you're doing with your budgeting. That's it for this week. I'm going to go ahead and link again down below the cash stuffing portion of this video so you can see all the savings challenges. And as always, guys, continue to mind your money, manage it well, and live your lives abundantly. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being here.